What's going on, everybody? I appreciate you tuning in. As usual, we are going to get straight into it. Topic of today's video is what I've learned from hypnotizing millionaires. If you don't know me and my story, I am a hypnotherapist. I run a multi-six-figure hypnotherapy and hypnosis practice, and my clientele centers around high performers and high earners. Those are usually one and the same. Long story short, in my hypnosis work, I deal with mental performance. I also do some coaching as well, but I lead with hypnosis work. And the high performance tend to leads into the high earning aspect, right? So those two groups are usually one and the same. They overlap. And so I have a lot of experience dealing with these people, talking to these people, understanding how they think, their fundamental belief system that allows them to operate and continue to be successful time and time again. So I'm the guy who can speak on this. Anyway, so I'm going to move my camera down to the middle. As you can see, this says traits of millionaires. All right. And we're going to get straight into it. So first things first. Now, I would argue that successful people, and not people who have inherited it, not people who are successful once and then never again, but continuously successful people have all of these things. Okay. And when I started to adopt all of these things, my life changed. Each one of these things changed my life at an order of magnitude, like exponentially. Okay. So they're all important. Number one, and thankfully, these are all pretty easy to implement. Okay. Number one, millionaires are extremely selective about who they let around them, the company that they keep, right? So that saying that you've probably heard already of you are who you hang out with, or show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That is a fundamental truth. It's a truth you cannot escape. Unless you want to pray that you get lucky and roll the dice. But I mean, I don't know why you would bet on chance, right? When you can easily just find a new crowd of people to be around. It's better to be alone in your own company than to be around people who are holding you back, and you know who these people are, friends or family, right? But you'll make a few $1,000s. You'll make within a few $1,000s of the average of the 5 people you communicate with and exchange energy the most. So not even who you're around, but who you exchange energy the most with, right? And my life changed personally when I started hanging around people who, number one, make a lot more money than me, and number two, were a lot further than me in their career. Their consciousness was at a higher level. They were operating at a higher wavelength, right? And it made me feel inadequate. And so I had to get my act together, right? I had to start getting after my dreams if I was going to be able to keep up, right? I had to at least show that I was determined and devoted, and I was willing to bring value to the table. So you definitely don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You don't want to be the richest person in the room, so on and so forth. This will change everything for you. And it's the simplest thing, but it's also the hardest thing for a lot of people because of history and attachment, right? But it's that or your dreams. I don't know what else to say, right? And sometimes you got to be a bit cold, right? Jay-Z had this famous line, which is like, it goes something like, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them, right? And it's very, very, very true. And, the people who are meant to be in your life will always be there when you're ready to circle back, right? But you have to prioritize, right? And if they are friends with some kind of emotional maturity and spiritual maturity, they'll understand. They'll understand why you aren't responding or why you went ghost and all that other stuff, right? They'll understand, right? So you are who you hang out with. And if you don't have any friends, make it the people that you consume on the internet, right? Pick 5 people or 10 people, ideally your top 5 people who you want to be somewhat like, whose energy you want to be in exchange with, right? One of your role models, and consume their content. Be on like a very strict energetic diet. That's what this is really about, right? That's what this is really about, and you might say, hey, like there's always going to be someone in the comments who just can't make the trade-off, who just can't say, you know what, and admit that their friends or company that they keep is not serving them, is not doing them well, but they just don't want to let them go. Well, that's the choice you make. right? You make your bed and you lay in it, but you cannot complain that your life is inadequate when you very well know who you are in an energy exchange with, right? So that's the first one. The second one, this is my favorite. Both of these probably equally, but a sense of urgency, right? So millionaires, successful people have a very high sense of urgency. There's no, I'll do this tomorrow or I'll do this next week. If it's a priority, it's now, right? It's now. It's now or never. Speed is number one. Speed is the number one factor, right? For money. It's, I have an idea. Let's execute. Let's put it onto paper. Let's get it. Let's draw it out. Let's do everything. Let's make the cold call. It's speed, right? I have to get it. I have to get to the money. I have to get to the result. I have to do it now, right? That is what a sense of urgency is like. And that is how you are evaluated by other successful people as well and other millionaires. It's how quickly do you act? Are you all talk or are you actually doing the thing? Right? Are you like, one of the biggest turnoffs for someone who makes money is working with people who have no sense of urgency. They're losers. They're peons, right? And you don't want to, like, a lack of, like, it's the same thing with tardiness and procrastination and excuses. Like, those all fit into the same broke disease category, right? You need a sense of urgency. You need to get it done now. Even if that means not responding to the text or not being available, your dreams are your priority until your dreams become a reality. And I don't know what else to say about that, so let's keep going. Number 3, consistency, right? Especially for my entrepreneurs out there. You have to show up for yourself the same way you show up for your employer. You have to show up for yourself. You have to show up, right? If you show up, but you know, let's say you're sick or you're just not in the mood or whatever it is, maybe you give it 20% or 30% effort, which is still terrible. But at least you showed up and you gained an inch of progress. But if you don't show up at all, you can't make any progress, right? Better you show up for your journaling and write one word than no words at all, right? Consistency. And for me, like, I'm no more talented than my old self. I'm no more smarter than my old self, but I'm way more consistent, and I will beat him out with consistency. I will beat all of you with consistency, right? That is how successful people think. It's, you might be more talented than me. You might have more charisma. You might be more well-spoken, but I will show up on the days that you won't, right? I will show up on the days that you won't, and slowly but surely I will gain that day over you, and this day and this day and this opportunity and this opportunity until I beat you, because it very much is a competition. Let's just be real. And opportunities come to those who show up. It's not that they got lucky. It's they were available and ready and present for their blessing. Everybody has a day where the blessing is going to be handed to you, which is all the time, really, if you're in receiving mode. But how do you expect to get blessed if you're not going to show up, right? Number 3, a massive sense of self-belief, right? So this is like, it's borderline egotistical, but you have the right to do this. Come on, right? Successful people, millionaires, believe they are chosen. They truly believe that they are chosen. It's like, I'm the chosen one. Right? That's the mentality. It's, I'm chosen. So it's not a question of why you're being blessed. Like, why me? It's like a, why not me? Right? They believe they are chosen. 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 That's the third one, right? And I want you to repeat this to yourself. Even if it feels so foreign and delusional, just repeat it, because you are chosen. That's why you're here. You won the lottery of being born and being able to participate in this life. So you were chosen, right? But maybe you've been convincing yourself of otherwise, which I don't know why you would. You're chosen. And once you start to repeat that to yourself in your own head, in your own mind, out loud, you start to shift the momentum in the direction of your dreams, in a forward direction, right? Number 5. So they take massive action, right? They take massive action. It's a do or die mentality. It's like, they fight, right? They fight. They take massive action. It's like, what can I do today to get closer to my dreams? What can I give the world today to provide them massive value? They take massive action, because it's not like this The Secret ruined people. The whole manifestation process of The Secret ruined people. The idea that you can just sit on your couch and wait for your dreams to show up. No. Effort gets rewarded. I want you to write that down. Effort gets rewarded. Right? An ounce of effort, you get 3 ounces of blessings back. Because the universe is generous. Right? God, possibility, it's generous. Right? So massive action. But action in a way, like on the things that energize you. You know what I mean? Action on the things that are working towards your dreams. Not pointless massive action. Right? Focused massive action. And that brings me to number 6. Focus. Unrelenting, unwavering focus. What does that mean? They say no a lot. They say no a lot. You probably won't get a text back or a phone call back. It's just focus. You won't see them at the parties and stuff like that. If they're really on their purpose, it's focus. And most people don't understand, and you probably don't understand how much focus it's going to take to really will your dreams into existence. So I want you to start gathering an understanding of that, right? By committing to it every day. It's very possible, and you're fully talented and capable of willing your dreams into existence. You are perfectly suited. You have everything you need. You're more than talented enough. You have everything you need in abundance to will your dreams into existence. But focus, if you don't have focus, I mean, what do you know? Focus. On a micro level, so on a day-to-day and hour-to-hour and activity-to-activity level, but also in the grand theme of your life. Is the company you keep focused? Is your energy focused? Right? So on and so forth. Focus. And last but not least, discipline, right? Discipline. So this is part of the consistency aspect, but like, you know, how can you expect to compete with someone who does things even when they don't feel like doing them? Right? When you only do things when you feel like doing them. Right? And watch how often you say the word I feel. When it comes to your work. I feel like XYZ, or I don't feel like X. No one cares. Your dreams don't care. Your goals don't care. Duty. You are called. Your vision is calling you. Success is calling you. Right? Your audience is waiting for you. You have a duty to do the work. You have a duty to show up and bring your A game every time and be a professional. That's what this is all about. Right? So discipline. But anyway, let's wrap up, because this is pretty straightforward, but it's so important because any one of these will change your life. But more specifically, these two right here. Selective company, so who you hang out with and the type of things you consume, but also a sense of urgency. These two, right? And any one of these can be affected by being around people who have these traits. If you be around people who have these traits, all of your skill points in these areas will go up, right? You will enhance all of these traits for yourself. So that's why, like, the fundamental truth is you are who you hang out with, right? That's probably the one with the least amount of exceptions and leeway and the least amount of compromise, right? You can get lucky in all the other areas, but like, you are who you hang out with. That's the one that you'll get lucky the least amount of times. But let's not talk about luck. Let's talk about destiny and how you're forging it. To forge your destiny, you're going to need to adopt all of these things and enact them and put them into action right now. How can you do that? Let's talk about how words are spells and how you can affirm and script your life. I am a person of discipline, focus, massive action, high self-belief, consistency, urgency, and selectivity. I'm a person of discipline, focus, massive action, self-belief, consistency, urgency, and selectivity. Repeat that to yourself and watch how your body and your subconscious mind begin to comply. I don't need to say any more than that. Right? My affirmation to myself for the longest time, which I still say to this day, is I am a man of focus, discipline, consistency, and sheer will. And my life reflects that. Words are spells. I'm going to stop it here, folks. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. A whole lot more content to come. I'm out. Peace.